Hey, what's going on, guys? Carl Vito Gaming here. I just wanted to come talk to you guys about how, you know, what this year is, what's going to be happening, what's going to be changing. And n- I've thought about how to make this video in so many different ways, but I wanted to be just try to be straight and honest with you guys because I know for all of you that know who I am or, you've been with me since day one, you guys know that, like, I started doing the whole streaming thing when Verdansk was out. I would stream once in a while or whatever. And then once I hit that affiliate with Twitch, then we started kind of pushing full force. And then for those of you that don't know, a video about me blew up in the beginning of last year, which caused a huge spike in numbers, thousands and thousands of new followers and viewers. And I even had some of the Warzone pros like Swag acknowledge the video. Tim the Tapman figured out who I was and replied to tweets. We also had like Scummin and Z Smith, those guys come into my channel, raid me, donate to me. It was like, it was that, it was that 15 minutes of fame type thing. It was like living on top of a mountain for a little while. It was crazy. We had so much exposure. It got me feeling pretty motivated about like making content. And then things just kind of took a turn. I think over the year, things kind of started dwindling down, but then things started, especially in the COD community, things started becoming like a mystery. Like we didn't know what was happening because we were told that Warzone 1, Caldera, nobody liked. I didn't mind Caldera. Sure, they could take some trees and bushes out. They could have changed the peak to make it something else there. I think with some tuning, the map could have been great. But still, I didn't mind playing it. Um, but I don't know. They said that Modern Warfare 2 was coming out, which we all got excited about. We were all promised things about like the OG 2009 Modern Warfare 2, like multiplayer maps and hopefully like a battle royale map with all of them put together, maybe some of the old weapons like the ACR and the intervention coming back. Um and then we were told about Warzone 2, and we didn't know what that meant. So this is kind of where I wanted to say that, Warzone 2 it didn't hit the mark. It did not hit the mark. It did not make the top list. It did not make it feel like we were back on Verdansk in the original Warzone days when everybody loved the game and was having fun with it. A lot of us, I think, were just trying to get them to change stuff. We all wanted the issues addressed from Warzone 1. We all like the hacker problem, which they brought Ricochet out. It did its job to an extent. Um the gun balancing, some of the glitches around the map, like there was so many issues with Warzone 1 that we just wanted addressed. We never asked for an entirely brand new Warzone game. We didn't ask for them to change the perk system. We didn't ask for them to change the way the menu is. We didn't ask them to include all these new features like the gunsmith, the weapon tuning. Like, we didn't ask for any of that. They just decided to give it to us. I'm not saying that some of the new Modern Warfare 2, Warzone 2 stuff, like the weapon tuning, the menu, and all that, and the perk package, like there can't be some like light at the end of the tunnel for those features. But as of right now, as a whole, everything combined, Warzone 2 is just a very clunky game. There's for a brand new person or someone coming from Warzone 1, it's a lot to take in. The weapon grinding, I know we were all kind of annoyed at having to like level 70 different weapons and then having to unlock all the attachments on each weapon and then having to do all the camos on each weapon. It was a long grind. They decided to change it up this game, but I don't think it made it better, to say. on paper, the idea of like the weapon platforms, every like 5 guns being in the M4 platform, and all the attachments you unlock for the M4 you can use for the other guns. On paper, that idea is fine. That idea actually, it sounds really cool. I don't think it was executed properly. I mean, for most of us, we have all of our stuff unlocked now, so it doesn't even matter. But like for a new person coming in, it's kind of annoying. And even like my friends, even some of the streamers, like everybody at the beginning was confused. We were annoyed. It was just kind of like, oh, you have to use the TAC M, level it to 22 to get the attachment that you need. That's meta. And it's just like, no, I'd rather just level the guns that I want to play with. I don't want to have to level everything. I get it. I get it. Weapon vaults. I don't know, for those of you that purchased the Vault Edition, you got the Cinder FJX, I think, M4 weapon vault. So the idea of the weapon vaults is it's a cool looking blueprint for a gun, and you can actually unlock all attachments for the gun when you get the vault. And that blueprint is on the attachments. I know one of the biggest things we had problems with Warzone 1 was when we bought a blueprint from the store, you know, the whatever Godzilla gun, and then we had to change the attachments. It didn't keep the appearance, it didn't keep the look. And we are annoyed by that. That's what weapon vaults were supposed to do. Weapon vaults were supposed to give every attachment the same color scheme for the blueprint that you could just keep changing across that one gun. But however, like I almost feel betrayed. I almost feel like lied to. Weapon vaults were supposed to be a thing, and if you are not counting the one that we got for buying Modern Warfare 2, they haven't even came out with any weapon vaults. When you want to just talk about facts, majority of the Warzone 2 player base has left the game. Like, there was a poll that was posted out on Twitter, and I don't even know how many people it was. I think it was like 70,000 or something that ended up saying yes or no. And like a good chunk of them, like I want to say more than 50% of them said they left Warzone 2. They stopped playing. A lot of people went to Modern Warfare 2 ranked because ranked ended up coming out, and some people enjoyed it. Some people thought it's a challenge, something to kind of like work towards, like getting that crimson. You know, they thought, you know, I mean, multiplayer is a little bit more balanced than Warzone is, so we'll try it out. Some people have already been there, done it, and now they're kind of exhausted and they're somewhere else now. A lot of other people just went to other BRs. A lot of people who've either never tried Apex or Fortnite decided to download it. I have a huge number of friends that like said they would never play Fortnite, and they are all playing it full time now. People who used to play the games, I've seen people who used to play Fortnite competitively, Apex competitively, and they're like, I think it's time for me to return. I think it's time. Like, people are going there. People are looking at other games. I've seen so many streamers who have never touched a game besides a first-person shooter, besides Call of Duty and Counter-Strike and all that. I've seen streamers who have never touched a different genre of game. They're playing World of Warcraft now. They're playing League of Legends. They're playing single-player games, Resident Evil. They're playing horror games. They're playing indie games. Like, people are bored. People are tired. People are just sick of Call of Duty. Like, there's no way of getting around it. Just because you have your average Timmy or Adam who live in Ohio or Nebraska who still enjoy Warzone 2, still get on and play it as much as they can, that really doesn't mean anything. The game is failing. It's simple as that. They need to do something drastic, and we've had discussions about this in the community. We've had discussions about this across Twitter. Everybody has asked for Verdansk back, and honestly, I don't know if they ever planned on bringing it back. I know they're bringing it to Warzone Mobile, and to be honest, Warzone Mobile might be something that people jump on and play once it comes out. Who knows? We'll see. Um, but honestly, I did not see them ever bringing Verdansk back. I think it was just kind of a thing like, we want to keep pushing out new content. We want to keep improving the game. We can't just bring back the one old map and go back to only having one map and the game never getting anything new to it. But now I think a weird we're in a weird zone where I think Activision and Call of Duty may bring Verdansk back as like an oh shit button. Like they see the game is not doing well and they are gonna just say we have to bring it back. We have to bring all the players back. Like a lot of people kind of thought about like what if they brought it back to Warzone 1, would people go back to Warzone 1? And I thought about it. I was like, they're not gonna do that. In all honesty, they already rebranded Warzone 1 as Warzone Caldera. So I think that's gonna stay how it is. I don't think they're gonna say it's just like any other game. It's like or I'm trying to think what other games are there that have like multiple games. Diablo has a couple, StarCraft had a couple, Overwatch has a couple. Um, but would any other company say we're done putting stuff out for game number 2? We're gonna go back to game number 1 and make it the main game again. No, people won't do that. So I think they might bring Verdansk back to Warzone 2 as like a desperate attempt to like bring players back, but I don't know if it's actually going to work with the mechanics on Warzone 2. It might feel a little clunky. So I don't know. I honestly don't know. Weapon balancing. It was disclosed that the RPK, for those of you that know the RPK was meta for 100 days. That is ridiculous. That's not right. I'm not even a video game developer, and I can already tell you that they failed at their job in that aspect. Like, you should not have a gun be the only weapon people are using for that long of time. You go into multiplayer, you can pretty much use any weapon. You have 27,000 probabilities to like change the weapon to the way you like, and you could still do good. Even if it's shipment or if it's ground war, it doesn't matter. But Warzone's a different beast. Even though it runs on the same engine, the weapon, the builds, the loadouts, the way you do it on multiplayer, when you bring it to Warzone, it feels completely different. Also, for those of you that don't know, fun fact, there are some actual exclusive attachments to guns that are only available in multiplayer compared to Warzone. I found that out with the Signal 50 in the early days. So, but and then that's the thing too, is like the weapon balancing in Warzone is just ridiculous. Like you have an LMG that everybody's using, and the LMG is running like it's an assault rifle. Warzone 1, people use the LMG from time to time. I remember people pulling out the PKM and stuff like that and building it and making it work, but the whole entire community was not using it. Like assault rifles have always been the bread and butter for weapons. Season 3 needs to change something. And, yes, everybody always gets excited and, says, oh, I hope they bring some new multiplayer maps, a new Warzone map, maybe some new perks to use, like all these different things. No, I don't care. I mean, don't get me wrong. Yes, it's a brand new update. You should still be putting new content in, but please, like, try to find some of the back end stuff and try to fix it. Like, I know audio is a big issue in the game right now. Like, Warzone 1 Warzone 1, we were so like complaining so much about people's footsteps and everything being so loud to the point where now in Warzone 2 you don't even hear anybody come up on you. Like it's I don't know. It's wild, man. It really is. The other big issue is like the movement. It just feels so, and I'm not saying bring slide canceling back. I mean, I know everybody misses it, everybody does miss the slide canceling, but the movement in general did not feel clunky. It did not feel like glitchy or anything at all. There have been times in both El Mazrah and Ashika Island where I will like be moving and like all of a sudden I'll stop moving and then I'll start moving again, or my player will just turn itself around, or even the mantling. Like, the mantling is so terrible. Honestly, day one of Warzone 2, when I tried to climb up a fucking like ledge or window or rock or something, and you like jump on and you hang on, and it's like, okay, I'm just here. And then I'm like, okay, I'll pick myself up now. I almost uninstalled the game right there. I was like, that one feature could ruin this entire game. So you have two different situations. You have where people are like, they notice there's gunfire, so they start running the other way to avoid it, all conflict. And that's how I used to play, but I don't do that anymore, because the fact that you are literally leaving those people alone means those people are going to probably end up killing you later in the game and winning the game. Like, I'm in an aspect now where it's like, you know where your enemies are at, you need to take care of them or else they're going to take care of you type scenario. One of the other biggest issues is, oh, and it drives me insane, is when, you know, and guys, you probably know this, if you ever random fill, whether it's a Sheikah or El Mazrah, and people don't have microphones and don't listen to you when you try to communicate, it's over. It's chalked at that point. But there's so many times where whatever I'm doing, I'm looting, I'm trying to scout the map, I'm trying to get stuff at the buy station, it doesn't matter. And then I have a whole team shooting at me. 2 or 3 guys, whatever, different directions. You know, I'm taking all their loads. Anyways, and then my teammate is 150 meters away looting a building because what he says is, I don't have a gun. Well, I hate to inform you, but you have a pistol. And if you can't kill people with a pistol, hop in, drop where enemies are, use my pistol, and down 2 to 3 players. You need to learn how to use all types of weapons. You can't just rely on having the greatest gun ever to be able to get kills. I'll be honest, 9 out of 10 times I play this game, I get off the game wanting to uninstall, hating my life, having a fucking migraine, like going through bottles and bottles of Tylenol a week. Like, the game is not enjoyable. I mean, there are, like I said, there are times where the game is enjoyable, whether you're getting wins, you're working together as a team, things are going well for you, like, and that's kind of the aspect in any game. Any game, it will be like that. Whoever has been watching my channel knows I've been streaming and playing Fortnite more. Fortnite overall, I think, is a better game. I think with their new Creative 2.0, they took something and made it completely revolutionizing. Think about a moment that changed gaming in a huge, drastic way. I think that's what Fortnite did with its new Creative 2.0 mode. So Zero Build gave me that same battle royale feel that other battle royales have, without having to worry about building, you know, walls and doors and stuff. I enjoy the game. I play Warzone 2 and I lose one game and I will most likely get really pissed at my teammates because of what they did or did not do in the game, and then I want to log off for the night. Fortnite, I could go for 7, 8, 9 hours and play and not win a game, but still have the funnest time of my life. But I'm also looking into some other options. So I kind of wanted to be here today to tell you guys that I am taking a step back from Call of Duty. And I know I already mentioned this. I'm not going to stop playing the game. I'm not going to uninstall the game. I'm curious to see what Season 3 might bring. I'm curious to see if Verdansk may ever return. and I still enjoy it sometimes, especially Resurgence, when I can get a lot of kills or when I can win games with some of my buddies. Like, that is still a good experience when it does happen and things go your way. But I am going to take a step back. This channel was Call of Duty driven. All my videos were Call of Duty. All the posts I made were Call of Duty. I would talked a lot about things that were happening within the game through my social media channels, and that's not going to be the case anymore. I'll still post a Call of Duty video or maybe two every week because I'm still going to be posting videos every day. So I'll still be posting Call of Duty content. It's just not going to be like what it was. It used to be 100% of my channel. Then it kind of went down to like 90, maybe 80% of my channel because I started doing some World of Warcraft stuff and some League of Legends, Fortnite, stuff like that. I think it's going to go a little bit, it's going to go further down than that. It's going to probably be like 25% of my channel now. I'm going to be playing World of Warcraft still. I always do. I'm going to want to try to get back into League of Legends. I'm playing Fortnite. When June comes around, I'll be playing Diablo 4 full time. So there will be a lot of Diablo content then. And then I'm also downloading some new games. I downloaded Star Wars, the Jedi Fallen Order one. I downloaded Gotham Knights. I downloaded Left 4 Dead and Left 4 Dead 2. So I'm going to be playing some of those games, trying them out. I want to pull my Switch back out. I've had so many games on the Nintendo Switch I haven't played, and I have a way to connect it to my computer and stream it. So I'm going to do that more because I spent money on those games and I never beat them. I never play them. Like, I want to do that again. So from here on out, starting today, I'm going to be not a Call of Duty streamer or content creator solely anymore. I'm going to be what is considered a variety game streamer. And there are millions of us out there. You go to a lot of different channels, like people will show on their Twitch channels that they've played 5-6 different games within the last month or so. I think it's going to be good for the long run. I'm going to try to, because Call of Duty not only is kind of dying itself, but so is its players. And the people stop watching Call of Duty content because it's just kind of the same. So I think this is going to be good because I'm going to be able to try to reach so many more audiences and kind of hit those other markets, whether it's through Twitch, Kick, or just like people on social media platforms that enjoy stuff from other game genres. So for those of you that have any suggestions on games to play, I am open. You can post them down in the comments. I will definitely be open to hearing about them, looking up the games, possibly getting them down the line in the future. Anybody who wants to play with me on any of these games, feel free to post in the comments your account names or DM me on Instagram, Twitter. Even on the Switch, if anybody wants to send me their friend codes, like, we can do that as well. And yeah, I mean, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to playing new games. I'm looking forward to getting back to, because in all honesty, I think what has ruined gaming as a whole and its industry is the fact that everybody is just playing whatever game is at number one, whether it's Fortnite, Apex, Call of Duty, Valorant. I don't even know what other games have been super popular lately. I think that's what's been ruining it. And I hate to say it, but I think maybe the streaming community, the streaming industry, Twitch and Mixer, Facebook, YouTube, they've kind of been at fault for some of it. Because, like, you think back 10, 15 years ago when we would go to Blockbuster, rent a game, try it out, like it, buy it, and even other games like our systems we had back in the day, N64, PS1, PS2, original Xbox. Back then, we had 30 to 40 games like on our bookshelf, and that's not the case anymore. You know what is the case? People might have no more than 3 games downloaded now, because that's the way the world is these days. Everybody just plays what is being popular, what is being streamed, what is, you know. So I don't like that about the world, this society, this industry. I don't like that. That's where we're at. I'm not saying don't enjoy what's popular, don't try what's popular. I'm just saying I miss the old days of being able to go rent a game, try it out, buy it, and then like having your friends come over and be like, "Oh my god, you have so many games. Let's try them or play them or whatever." And even when online capabilities came out, like OG Xbox, there was so many different other games that you could play. I remember like Tony Hawk Pro Skater. We had Amped. I had like a Yu-Gi-Oh dueling game I liked. Unreal Championship was a phenomenal game. Like True Crime Streets of LA. Like there were so many games back in the day that I enjoyed playing before like it was just the one game that's popular that everybody switched to. So I challenge everyone who's stayed till the end of the video and watching. Thank you. I appreciate it. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, help us out, grow our channel. If you guys want to know what else we're going to be posting, hit that noti bell. But I challenge all of you. If you have an old system, Game Boy, GameCube, Sega, N64, PlayStation, Xbox, pull it out. Pull out some of those old games that you haven't touched in years and play them again. Try to find your inner child again. And even if you don't, maybe go buy an old system. Or if you have the capability of downloading some of these old games, maybe on your computer, do that as well. Because I think it would bring, especially since the world's been in such a really bad place these past 5 years, 4 years, 3 years, like, I think it would bring some happiness back to a lot of people who struggle in everyday life, who struggle with anxiety and depression, who struggle with those insecurities of not being able to make it as a content creator or streamer. It might give you guys more options. So, this is Carl Vito Gaming, and I want you guys to know you guys are all family. I appreciate you all being here. I love you guys to death, and I'm looking forward to what 2023 might bring, no matter what game we may be playing.